start driving on it. Now, the load runs right through here, and it might be up from the surface, and it might run thousands of feet down into the ground.
So here, so.
Yes, right down into the ground. So if we relied on these guys just to attack the load, they're only going to be taking 2% or 3%. We want 100% of it. We want all of it. So my job is, once they've gone through, I come in here like this, and I start putting up these little shafts. What is known as raise holes. We call them raise holes. And then when we get up inside, we start blasting and drilling. So we open the ground up, open it up, till eventually we start creating this upside down staircase, which we call benches. And that's what we drill and blast off. Gravity under the ground, yes.
You make this?
Make this, yeah.
Holes?
Yeah, just like if you look at the photographs here, you will see it. This is what a stoke looks like inside after we find out. So the load one day would have been right there in the middle like that. And as we blast, that falls down. We don't have to worry about that, because the men with the locos and the wagons, they will come in and take that away for us. All I have to do is drill and blast. Drill every day.
That's a job for you.
That is my job when I was a miner here. And eventually, once we've mined it all out, that's what it will look like. It'll be completely empty. It'll be like a baby canyon running through the ground. And underneath your ground, underneath your feet, sorry, is hundreds of these, all running through the mine. And there is over 180 miles of tunnels underneath your feet right now.
180 miles?
Yeah, how many kilometers would that be?
180?
180 miles? How many kilometers?
About 3.5 kilometers.
No, 200.
Oh, 250.
250 kilometers. Yeah, so that is how much tunnels and stokes have all been worked out underneath. And here they are now. Now, the problem with working these is the loads here in Cornwall are not straight up and down vertical. They are slightly like that. So that means you end up with what we call a hanging wall and a foot wall. Yeah. This wall, when I am working, is the one to watch, because sometimes the rock goes and comes off. Yeah. So not just small lumps, it might come off in that like 3 tons. So all the time I am checking around me when I am drilling. This wall, it doesn't matter, gravity will keep it there. But this wall is what we call the hanging wall, is the most dangerous. Out of the 2 jobs of driving tunnels or stoping, this is the most dangerous one. But you are paid on piece rate. So that means the more ground you break, the more money you can make. And there is the attraction.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
Money. Yeah. It's dangerous, but the money is good.
Can I just ask, you say drilling and blasting. Blasting is that with dynamite?
Dynamite, yeah. And we will drill maybe 20 to 30 holes a day. And each hole will roughly be 6 foot long, which is done in increments. So when you drill, you start with a 2 foot, then you go to a 4 foot steel, then a 6 foot. And in those holes, I will put 6 sticks of powder, roughly 6 sticks of powder.
Then you make it.
And then, yes, all electronic firing, yes, your detonator goes in there as well.
You go right away?
Not very far away, because when that goes off, you feel and it all goes off one after another.
So what's the thing that's in here?
Oh, don't bother, just open your mouth. Let the pressure. Yes. And so you get used to it. And I used to count when I hit the boom, I'd wait. Boom, 1, to make sure I got everyone. Then my partner would say, okay, Steve, and off we go. Because you can't stay there, because the smoke that comes from the blast is dangerous, it's toxic. If you get caught up in the smoke, it will render you unconscious and then you will suffocate. So you are not allowed to go back into your tunnel after you blasted because the smoke is very, you must leave and get out the mine then.
So you just
Yes.
wait till
All the other miners will leave before you. The drillers will all be the last ones to leave because we're the ones that are always blasting. So we are the last ones to leave the mine at the end of every shift. But we had the old saying underground, the job was dirty, the money was clean.
Yeah,
and that's all you had to worry about. in
So
life,
how
yeah.
much did you get?
You could earn, in the 80s in Cornwall, when I was mining, the average tradesman in Cornwall, so if you was an electrician, if you was a butcher or a baker or a carpenter or a builder, back then in Cornwall, the average wages for them, they could earn 30 or 40 pound a day. At the age of 20, when I was doing this job, I could earn between 120 and 230 pound a day.
Per day.
Per day.
So,
Yes.
So you're a wealthy man.
The thing is, I started in 78, 79. At the age of 17, I was the youngest miner underground. I was the babby underground. By the age of 20, I became a driller and blaster. And then the mine closed in 1986. And
Why?
so-
Why is
Because
it
the
closed?
price of tin collapsed. And that was it. It was no longer financially viable for this mine to keep running. So we closed. And now it's completely flooded, right to the surface, full of water.
Okay.
And the reason why it's flooded is our biggest enemy in tin mines is water. We do not
Sea
have
water.
water, whether it's seawater or
Rain.
coming from rivers, or the rain from the sky, it doesn't matter.